Today I want to show you my new healthy no-bake cheesecake recipe that I made using way less sugar and fat than your average cheesecake. It's easier and less fussy than a baked cheesecake, there's no water bath, no worrying about baking time, so it's highly recommended for beginners. So instead of the usual cream cheese, I went for Greek yogurt that really cuts down on the calories, and I made an oatmeal crust instead of using store-bought crackers. You know how most cheesecakes use a graham cracker crust, and I wanted to make it all from scratch here. So I'm going to whip up this homemade version. Just mix up 1 and 1 1/4 cups of oat flour, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and half teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of applesauce, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, and 1 tablespoon of melted butter. You can do that using a wooden spoon or a hand, and roll out the dough between 2 pieces of parchment paper. Cut with a pizza wheel or any sharp knife. Here I tried to make them pretty, but the shape and the size don't really matter here. And bake them for 20 minutes at 350 F or 180 C. When cooled, you can put all the crackers in a food processor until you got fine crumbs. Then add 1/3 of a cup of unsweetened applesauce and pulse a few more times until everything's nicely combined. I prefer to place a piece of parchment paper at the bottom of my pie pan. It just makes it easier to remove the cheesecake on a cutting board later. And you can simply press the crust into the bottom of your pan, then you can pop it in the fridge while you whip up the cheesecake filling. This is a low-calorie cheesecake, so we have to find a substitute for cream cheese, and Greek yogurt works so well in this recipe. But it has to be a firm Greek yogurt, and some brands contain a lot of water, so first place it in a strainer or cheesecloth and let it drain for several hours or overnight. This will allow the cheesecake filling to set properly and achieve the perfect consistency. I need 2 cups of strained Greek yogurt. Then I add 1/4 cup of honey for just enough sweetness. You can use maple syrup if you prefer, 2 teaspoons vanilla extract, and beat with a mixer until smooth. And I don't use any gelatin or condensed milk to firm it up, but I do need only half cup of heavy cream to give the cheesecake a light, airy texture and balance out the tangy Greek yogurt flavor. After the cream is whipped to stiff peaks, gently fold into the mixture until fully combined. And you can evenly spread the cheesecake filling into a prepared oatmeal crust. Cover and chill in the fridge for at least 6 hours, or ideally overnight before cutting into. It has the same firm cheesecake texture like the one made with cream cheese or baked in the oven. I'm sure you're going to love it. Now for serving, you can add some fresh fruit on top or make this quick blueberry sauce. Simply add 1 cup of frozen blueberries to a saucepan, 1/4 cup of water and half tablespoon of maple syrup, and simmer for about 5 minutes over low heat. But the topping choices are endless, so feel free to get creative here. Now let's talk numbers. For each piece of this Greek yogurt cheesecake, you'll get 189 calories with only 6 grams of fat and 14 grams of sugar. And that's way lighter than your typical cheesecake. And it packs 9 grams of protein, so it's definitely a guilt-free version. But you get all the yumminess, richness and creaminess you're used to. The sweetness is just enough to let all the other flavors really shine. I think that's a pretty good improvement, and once you taste it, you won't miss all the extra calories that come with regular cheesecake. The same thing goes for crustless cheesecake I uploaded on the channel earlier. It's baked version made with ricotta cheese, it's light, delicious and super easy to prepare. Check out that recipe now. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, stay happy.